In today's take, I want to talk about Ben Simmons. And there's been reports saying that he wants to be traded to a California team, but which California team will make a trade for him? More importantly, will the Sixers even trade him or keep him there in Philly? But before we get into that, please like, subscribe. Also, hit the notification bell so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. We put out content every day, so you won't miss any content here. Let's just go ahead and jump right into this, though. I've been on record by saying Ben Simmons is a really talented player, one of the most talented players in the NBA when his mind is on straight and when his game is at the highest peak, or what he showed so far in his game. Only thing I need to see Ben Simmons do is be more aggressive and have the mental mindset of wanting to be and become a great player. And he definitely can do those things if he chooses to and if he's in the right situation. Now, to me, there's only two teams in L.A. or the West, California, whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it, that he should probably go to. And that would either be the Warriors or the Clippers. Now, personally, I would go with the Clippers over the Warriors as a team he should go to because I feel like he would fit there better, only because I worry about the Warriors at all times because of Draymond Green, his high-strung personality, and he couldn't even get along with a nice guy like Kevin Durant. So you look at something like that, that can really deter a player from reaching his heights if you bother him in a point where, he's not mentally where he's supposed to be. He's already in a situation like that with the Philadelphia 76ers. So why go to another team who has possibly the potential of having the same type of issue or maybe even worse? But hey, that's just my point on that specifically. But hey, I spoke on Ben Simmons fitting with LA before, fitting or not fitting with the LA Clippers. And I made some points on both ends. But the one thing I guess I really didn't look at that much and really exploit even more was the fact that the Clippers do have Ty Lue. They have a coach that can probably get the best out of a player like Ben Simmons. So Clippers Nation, I definitely would be rooting for the fact that Ben Simmons has an opportunity to come to the Clippers, because at this point, not only the fact that Ty Lue can get the best out of a player like that, we have to look at it from a standpoint of we don't know when Kawhi is coming back, but when he does come back, having somebody like Ben Simmons that can get him in his spots where he likes to operate and play at his highest level is really going to bode well for a team like the Clippers. And looking at Ben Simmons, he definitely would be probably a good locker room guy as well, because I don't see him having a bad attitude or a bad personality. I see him being a really nice guy as well. So that's something that the Clippers can also utilize in their locker room, because that's what they already have now, is a bunch of guys who understand what it takes to win a championship and what it takes, to become a champion, even though everybody on the team hasn't won a championship yet. But I feel like as close as they got this year, they really understand what it takes to get to that level and what it takes to, push yourself and be prideful and go out there and fight every game as in like it's your last, because that's the only mentality you need in the playoffs. Fight like every game is your last and play to your highest ability on both ends of the floor. And it's almost as if the Clippers really clicked in the playoffs. They just lost their best player and the rest was history there. But if they add a player like Ben Simmons, they definitely have a chance to, do big things if he comes in there with the mindset of being aggressive and not having the mindset of what he had playing for the Philadelphia 76ers. But I do understand playing for Doc Rivers is hell, because every time I've seen a Doc Rivers team besides the Celtics team in 2002 or 2006 or whenever that was, that's the only time we seen him win a championship, and that's the only time we seen him successful. And I just never really thought he was a good coach anyway, personally. But hey, I think Ty Lue definitely brings, wonders and good things out of players. And Ben Simmons would fit right in with this team here based upon what I see from his career so far. But before we get into this any further, I did want to let you hear the reports from USA Today, one of their analysts talking about the Ben Simmons possibility of being, wanting to be traded to a California team. So go ahead and take a listen to this, and then we'll jump back into this.
Ben Simmons reportedly wants to be traded to a California team. The latest domino in the NBA offseason has dropped. The relationship between Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers seemed tenuous at best over the past few months after the Sixers lost in embarrassing fashion in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Simmons was mostly invisible down the stretch in that series, punctuated by failing to attempt a dunk in the fourth quarter of Game 7, and his teammates and coaches didn't exactly give their point guard a ringing endorsement in their post-game press conferences. Since then, there have been rumors galore of a separation, and Simmons had gone radio silent with the only team he's played for in his NBA career.
Okay, that was Eric Hartline on USA Today Sports, who made that report on the Ben Simmons deal. So, in regards to being one to be traded to a California team, now it's really come down to which team. Now, of course, I think the only two teams that have opportunity is the Warriors and the Clippers. Now, as I said before, being around Draymond Green, anything is liable to happen. He's a firecracker, high-strung type, powerhouse mentally type guy. You know what I'm saying? He can disrupt a team or he can really help a team. And, when the Warriors were winning, Dre was cool. But at the same time, he did have the rift with Kevin Durant, as I talked about, and I really thought that was really, really bad because to me, Kevin Durant just doesn't even seem like the argumentative type, and neither does Ben Simmons, so Draymond's personality could rub somebody the wrong way, and it can possibly ruin a championship dynasty, in which it did because now Kevin Durant's with the Nets, and regardless, he's not going back to the Warriors no time soon, I don't think. So now it's almost as if the Warriors dynasty or their run is pretty much over with. To me, honestly, the only two teams in the West is the Lakers and the Clippers, honestly. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I view it. You may have a difference of opinion, and I definitely respect that. But those are the two major teams in the West to me. When healthy, those are the two major teams. So my point is this, we could look at it from a perspective of, he has great opportunity with either team because Steve Kerr is a good coach, has proven that. He was a good player in the NBA. He won championships as a coach and a player, and he definitely knows basketball at a high level. But so does Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue won a championship as a coach and a player, so he definitely knows the game from another level and another perspective as well. So, and then you got to look at this too. The reason why I would give the Clippers the edge as far as Ben Simmons choosing them over the Warriors is because the chemistry in the locker room with the Clippers seems really, really chill. It seems really, really good. It seems like they really want to win for one another. And it seems like they're really, really prideful as a team, and it seems like they're ascending, the way they're supposed to, except for the injuries that has happened to them that has deterred them from getting to the ultimate destination, which is the finals and winning a championship. Because everybody knows if Kawhi didn't get hurt last year, arguably we'd be having a different conversation about who's the NBA champion or who the Milwaukee Bucks faced in the NBA championship. So, it's one of those situations where the Clippers are right there. Their time is more now to me. And I think Ben Simmons should definitely sway his direction there because, a lot of things can happen, with the Clippers. Kawhi can come back in March or April, get his legs going, everything good. He starts playing the way he's supposed to. Now Paul George is more comfortable in who he's supposed to be. So is the rest of the team. Now you're giving the Clippers a point guard that they really need, not Rondo, who comes there with a high-strung mentality himself and who probably disrupted the locker room and everything. Rondo's where he wants to be in Lakerland. Okay, good for him. You know what I'm saying? I hope he does well there. But at the same time, getting a younger point guard in a Ben Simmons who's going to be around longer, who can give you more promise for a longer period of time than a Rondo, than anybody like that, or than a Westbrook, in which the Lakers have, that bodes well for the Clippers if they can land a guy like him. And I didn't specify this too much in my other video that I talked about how whether Ben Simmons fit or don't fit with the Clippers. But as I said before, Ty Lue can get the best out of players, and he definitely showed that with Reggie Jackson and DeMarcus Cousins and other players like that in big moments in the playoffs. And that's what you need as a coach, and that's what you need to win championships. So if the Clippers are on a quest to win a championship, acquiring or getting a player like Ben Simmons can definitely, possibly help your chances if you can mentally get in his head and make him understand you belong in this league. You belong in this league for a reason, because you are a star to come, and a lot comes with being you. But at the same time, you have to want that. You have to become that. It's not going to be given to you. And when somebody really puts that in Ben Simmons' head, he'll get better at everything he has flaws at. The jump shot, the aggressiveness, the mentality. He'll get better at his flaws. And I can tell you, being around somebody like Kawhi Leonard, being around somebody like Ty Lue, who's going to loosen him up, get him going, tell him to relax, go out there and play your game the way you're supposed to and have fun, and let's win together and be as a unit and have the camaraderie most other teams don't have. That's the type of encouragement that Ty Lue can give them that Doc Rivers didn't, apparently. So, and we all know how Doc River experiments go. Besides the one championship he had, all of them pretty much really go one way, which is down spiral. So, like I said before, I think the Clippers should be the team that, he goes to. But of course, it's not all in his hands. I understand that, Philadelphia has to, agree to the trade and, all that, contract type stuff. I definitely understand that. But as far as who I'd rather see him go to and everything like that, I'd definitely rather see him on the Clippers, because I think the Clippers can utilize somebody like him and take his talents and help benefit the Clippers more. Because I think Paul George would benefit more if they had a player like a Ben Simmons, who is the point guard, who controls the ball, controls the offense, and loves to pass first and take his shot second. And I think Kawhi Leonard definitely would benefit, because Kawhi Leonard definitely is, likes to get his touches and where he likes it. And he likes to operate in certain type areas of the floor, even though Kawhi Leonard can, dominate anywhere. But it's certain spots that Kawhi Leonard loves to be in, of course. And, Ben Simmons can get him in them spots, or Ben Simmons can take somebody off the dribble, go to the rim, or find one of the other players in the corner or on the elbow for the 3-point shot. So it's like, thinking about it and what Ty Lue can help this kid do and help this kid become more than what Doc Rivers did or try to instill in Ben Simmons, it would definitely be a go from me. But hey, that's my take on the situation. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and let me know which team you think Ben Simmons is liable to land on. Probably either the Clippers or the Warriors, or hey, maybe even Lakers or another team. Who knows? But I'm just saying, let me know what you think in the comment section. We'll engage and talk about it as always. Cali out.